From an undisclosed location owned by millionaire playboy Bruce Wayne comes my Takara Tomy Arms Micron 12 breakdown review from the Transformers Prime series. Due to circumstances beyond my budget's control, I am filming at a different location than normal. As you can see, the setup is nothing like what it normally is. Let me know in the comments if you like this more conventional setup better, and maybe I'll switch, maybe I won't. If you want to know the story behind that, I actually had my central air die, and it was not an opportune time to spend $3 grand to have that replaced. So I'm filming this at a friend's house since I am currently surviving on window units. Hooray, heat wave. So here we go. This is breakdown in his alt mode. It's a pretty cool little rendition of what seems to be some type of armored, it's like a hybrid armored car slash military transport vehicle. It's not really in scale to much of anything, but then that seems to be the way that things are going with these new line of toys that Takara and Hasbro are putting out. The box is right here, as you can see. Pretty traditional, almost the same as the American packaging, it's just with Japanese writing. I've already pulled the insert because it really doesn't matter. But there's some stuff I can't read with the picture of the figure, and some more stuff I can't read with pictures of the Micron. You get the idea. AM-12! The stickers, I haven't applied all of the stickers, because I am finding out that I really don't like stickers that aren't cut well, and it seems that pretty much every sticker for this figure is cut incorrectly for how it needs to be applied. Don't know where Takara is going with this. If I wanted to build Gundams, I'd buy Gundams, but I don't want to build Gundams. I want to play with Transformers, so I buy Transformers, but now my Transformers are becoming Gundams. It's going to be interesting to see if I keep buying Transformers, if this is what they're going to pull. Not much else to really say about the alt mode, so let's get to the transformation.
These people tried to fade me. Call me on my cell phone. I get busy. These people tried to fade me. Call me on my cell phone. I get busy. Coach Z's got money, but not much. Coach Z's got money, but not much. Coach Z's got money, but not much. I could use $1. I could use a couple bucks. I'm so old school. 1, 2, 1, 2. They tore the school down. 1, 2, 1, 2. Where my lasers at? Where my lasers at, y'all? Where my lasers at? Where my lasers?
And here we have him in his robot mode. It's a pretty good representation of the on-screen character. There's a few differences. The placement of the tires isn't correct. The on-screen model has them under the chest. It isn't so overly apparent on the on-screen model that the windshield and stuff make up the forearms, but they did a pretty good job pulling it off on the toy. It's different, but it's not annoying or anything like that. The only thing that is slightly annoying is the placement of these wheel wells with the Arms Micron ports over his hands. Takes away a little bit of the design flow, but it's not completely terrible. Okay, I left his backpack down. Put that back up. Give you a little 360 view. Sorry if this review has more Sean Long hand action than my other reviews, but I'm not really accustomed to filming in this environment. Anyways, the articulation is pretty good on this figure. It's got pretty much everything you would expect for a Voyager. Thigh swivel, ball-jointed hips, knee. The knee isn't double, but it gives you pretty close to 90 degrees of bend. The ankles aren't ball joints, they're just swivels, but they get the job done. The foot is cast on an angle, so it kind of has more leeway. It's got a waist rotation, which is missing in a lot of Voyagers these days for some strange reason. The shoulders fold forward and back as a result of the transformation, but it also makes for good posability. Then he's got full 360 on the shoulder because of the ball joint, and then they also arms also swivel laterally. And in the arms, he's got a single jointed elbow with a bicep swivel. Unfortunately, due to the design of the figure, on his arm where this running board is right here, it stops the bicep swivel from being effective if you have his arm bent. So you bend his arm 45 degrees and then try to use the bicep swivel, and you can't because it catches on the actual bicep. So you have to either go all the way up, and then you can get it to tilt inwards and scarily tilt outwards because it has to bend over the back of his arm. But if you anything less than that full 80-degree bend that he does here, you're going to get it hung up on the arm, and you got to be careful of that, because if you're not paying attention and you bend it all the way out, you're going to break that running board, or at least put a nice stress mark in it. His wrists don't have any articulation. It's pretty much, it folds in with this whole piece here during the transformation. So if you wanted to bend his wrist, you would end up having some funky junk going on with the forearms because of it. Size-wise, it's not bad, considering how most of these new line arms microns and PRID prime figures are going. Here he is next to the first edition bulkhead. As you can see, the first edition bulkhead is a hair taller than Breakdown, but it's not so much to the point of where you couldn't get away with it when they're on opposite sides of the shelves. Up close, they look a little funny, considering the fact that Breakdown is supposed to be taller than Bulkhead by just a hair. But it still passes. I would suspect that if you have the PRID version of Lugnut, you would be okay size-wise, because that one is noticeably smaller than the first edition. All in all, I'm very impressed with the figure. The transformation is really nice, especially the top half. It does some things that you don't normally see going on in Transformers, as far as pretty nice contortionism that's going on to make this whole front of the truck come together. The back half is a little simple. For as unique as the front half is, you expect more from the back, and then when you do it, you're like, oh, that's it? But still, overall, the transformation on the figure is really nice. It's probably one of the big standout points of this figure. In my opinion, this is probably the best Voyager out of the new Arms Micron / PRID molds. It's a shame there won't be a US version anytime soon, at least from what we can see. But looking around at the figure, I noticed that there is a little clip point here. It's a shame I don't have any of my classics figures here. I would bust out Lord Straxus and pull out one of his missile pods and clip it up here. I bet you that would look pretty decent. The show model does have some type of small weapon mounted right here on this Arms Micron port, but I don't have anything in there. Speaking of which, you'll notice that I'm not showing this figure with its weapon. Here is his Arms Micron right here. I'm sorry, but I don't give a crap about building models. I don't buy Gundams. I buy Transformers because I like to have something that's already made. I don't want to do a model kit. If I wanted to do a model kit, I'd go down to the hobby shop and buy some little Ertl 57 Chevy model and put together a model. Or some Bandai Real Gear heavy duty mech whatever Gundam. That's not my cup of tea, and the Arms Micron is really taking away from that. I mean, I don't even have all the stickers on here because I wanted to get this review done in 2012. If I put all the stickers on, you'd easily be waiting until 2020, and we all know the world won't last that long, so you'd never get to see the review. These stickers are not the best thing Takara has ever come up with. These knees here are two separate stickers that are almost impossible to get on straight, because even if you line them dead center up the middle, the cut for the other rest of the knee is not right. So all these stickers need trimming and adjusting, And if I buy a model kit, I'll buy a good one where all the water slide decals fit the way they're supposed to. Otherwise, I won't buy a model. So I find that kind of disappointing with where Takara's going with these. That said, it's still an awesome figure. The whole arms Micron, sticker it up yourself, doesn't take away too much from it, but it does remove some of the enjoyment away from the figure. As long as I'm welcome in the back cave, you may be seeing a review for this. Or possibly this. Or possibly neither of these and something else. Let me know in the comments what you think of doing this more traditional style shooting, or if you like the crazy side shot looking at the shelf of my collection stuff that changes randomly. Alright guys, later.
As much as I'll miss our little reunions, hammer time.
Where my lasers at? All the people tried to tell me where my lasers at. And your mother tried to show me all the laser crabs. And I got a bunch of types up at the laser dabs.